back out on the trail today. It's a very nice morning for December. It's actually close to 40 degrees, which is pretty unusual. And I was a little worried about coming out here today because it was 28 last night and I figured it would be really cold in the morning, but it's actually nice. We're doing the yellow and blue trail at Franklin Parker, so it should be about 3 miles. And we'll see what we see. I have my birding lens on this morning. Sun's a little harsh, so I don't know how much photography I'll do. But we're going to see if we see any birds out here. It's a Sunday morning and there's quite a few people out here I've seen already. I guess because it's so nice today. Should be an pretty easy hike. And this trail is on all trails. There are quite a few trails at Franklin Parker. I picked the short one today. It's just before Christmas and I have other stuff to do. It's a little busy time, but glad to get out here. So just after the parking lot, we made a left and we're following the blue blazes to start. There's a couple little turn-offs, so just make sure you're paying attention to the blue. This map on all trails is like the blue and the yellow trail at Franklin Parker. It is very well marked. And then the blue comes to an end, and you see it hooks up with the yellow trail. We are going to go to the right. So this trail splits, and you're going to keep following the yellow, but when you come to blazes where there's two, you're going to go the direction that the top blaze says. So for this one, we're going to go to the left. Very sunny today. And you definitely want to download this trail map because there usually is not cell service around here. Sometimes Verizon works, but that's about the only one. That's a major sun glare. A little bit about the Franklin Parker Preserve is it used to be a working cranberry farm, and in the mid to late 90s the price of cranberries really tanked and the owners decided to retire and wanted this farm to be protected and remain wildlands, wetlands. And so the New Jersey Conservation Foundation bought it, and they're letting it revert back to nature. So it's a great place to go birding, hiking, and you'll see sometimes you'll see old structures that were part of the Cranberry farm. It's like this was built. It's a nice little seating area. Nice picnic lunch area. There's tables. Trash can. I don't think I've been over to this section before. And geese out here. I wonder if this little area was built in memory of James Wise, who was a foremost expert on land conservation law in New Jersey, and he was was instrumental in the landmark creation of Franklin Parker Preserve. So then we hike around along the reservoir. This is a great area for seeing warblers in the spring and other kinds of birds. Now it looks like the blue goes off to the left, but I think we're staying on the yellow. I believe it's this way, because on all trails it looks like I go between two water sources. Reservoirs. Oh, looks like somebody parked their canoes out here. And one of the old cranberry bogs. I'm not seeing too many birds today besides geese. I get right into the sun though. Oh, killer. So I took off my long birding lens. And you know what that means? I'm gonna see birds, but it's heavy to carry around my neck. So I put on my shorter lens and stowed my long lens in my bag. Hopefully I don't see anything great. Took some shots at the old pump house. Even though there were some people in the parking lot, I went the opposite way of them. And I haven't seen anybody, so that's good. You get some really cool contrasting colors here with the dormant cranberries and the greens of the other plants. Challenging to photograph though, because the scenes are really kind of busy. It's a little difficult to isolate things from the whole scene. That white tree in the background though really stood out to me. So I took a capture of that. Another old pump house. Hard to see in the sun. So these were used to pump water out of the reservoir and irrigate the cranberries. then you have these gates here, and those control the water that flows into the bogs for flooding during harvest and the winter. Because as some people don't know, cranberries don't grow underwater. They're only underwater for harvest, and then during the winter to protect their buds from freezing. I've seen a few people while we've been out. Not too bad. This is a really good area for sunrises. I've been out here at that time. It's really pretty, especially when you can get some fog on the water. I might add some pictures of that at the end of this video. Obviously right now the sun is way harsh. Well, I thought for a bunch of my things I took, it was on video, but I was on camera, so I was talking to nothing. There's a lot of offshoots you can do to this trail to make it longer or shorter. Some are dead ends. I sometimes take some of the other little trails around the bogs, especially when I'm looking for birds in the spring. Here comes some people. So in the spring you see a lot of wildlife. We have snakes and turtles. Sometimes you see deer. They're all year round. And we also get a lot of plants that you might not see in other places. We have some interesting wildflowers. I've seen some orchids here, especially if you look by the water's edge. We have carnivorous plants like sundews and cranberries that are kind of escapees from the bogs that were originally here. So this is one of those little offshoots here that people like to come down and go. You know, it's very inviting, appearing. Don't swim here. Come down here in the warmer weather and there's a lot of dragonflies you can find sundews here. It looks like the water's that really clear and green, almost like what they call the blue holes. I don't know if they used to dig some of their sand out of here, and that's why it's so blue, but it's kind of cool looking. So you can see the bottom. I've seen snakes in here, water snakes. And I forget if I mentioned this is an area where you can see sundews right along the water edge, and you want to be careful where you walk because there's a lot of cool plants around here in the spring and June, July. Also a lot of bugs and ticks. Here's one of those little cranberry that no animal ate. Still hanging on there. Hold up. I will link the PDF to the trail map in the description on my video description, so you can get the trail map. It is also on all trails. Goes back to the lot. They have a porta potty there. Can't wait for the spring or summer and start seeing birds and bugs, and it can be a little challenging for photographers out here in the winter. We get some pretty sunrises and sunsets, but during the other times of the day it can be a little tough to find some good stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the walk, and we'll be exploring other Franklin Parker Preserve trails. I really love the red trail. That one has some interesting stuff on it. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, please subscribe. I'm really trying to get some more subscribers and grow the channel a little bit more. And subscribing and liking really helps my channel. So thank you very much for watching.